Welcome to another edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on Lomerheim. Alright, so I finally got this field right here cultivated. It is ready to go. And what we're going to do is we're going to plant it with seed. If you recall, that was one of the things we wanted to do last time, was plant this field with seed. But we didn't get a chance to cultivate it, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. Let's go hop into our tractor. What do we got here? Oh, we didn't finish harvesting yet. I meant to continue harvesting off camera, but apparently I didn't finish it. Apparently he got stuck right here. It must have slipped my mind. I think last time I had the game loaded up, I was focusing so much on getting that. He's stuck. Apparently he's stuck. I was focusing so much on getting that field cultivated that I totally forgot about this. There we go. Not really the best way to hook up your header, but I guess it'll do in this circumstance. There's not much you can really do about it when it's stuck like that. Not in this game, at least. You really just kind of have to go with it. Oh. It's an old combine. A scrape here and there won't hurt it much. Alright, let's just line this up. I totally thought I finished this. Huh. That's funny. Ah, well. There we go. Just hire him right there. He should be able to get the rest of that, hopefully. And I'm gonna hop in this guy. And let's go ahead and seed that field with grass, because that was one of the things we said we were going to do, but we just never got around to. If you recall, one of the reasons why I didn't get around to it was just basically because we didn't have time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and hopefully that'll give us a little bit of grass, for our sheep, and it'll give us a little bit of grass also for our cows, hopefully making us some money. But we're going to see, because on the other map, I don't know if you're watching that series or not, on the other map, our cows aren't really making us a whole lot of money, unfortunately. So, if you guys recall, with this, because we're playing more realistic with this particular map, whenever you switch seed, it basically goes back down to 0 and you need to refill it, which is what you would have to do in real life anyways. So, let's go do that now. So let's switch. And grass, perfect. And let's do maybe 30%. That should be enough. It's only a small field, but it'll at least get us started on grass a little bit there. Won't be too bad. And I will probably plant and seed this in circles, just because it'll be a bit easier than doing it up and down. Alright, is it unfold? Yes, it is unfold. Oh, there you go. Look at that. 6 kilometers an hour. That is just... I'm basically pushing my finger down all the way to make it go as fast as possible, and this is how fast I'm going. So that's not terrible, I guess. That's not terrible. It could be a little worse. Alright, let's just do a little bit of a UE here. Take out these little bumps here. Oh, that's terrible. Alright, and let's get this little bit right here. Perfect. It's funny, because when I go off the grass with this particular seeder, it actually lets us speed up. But when I'm actually seeding on the field itself, it'll slow down. So it's kind of an interesting little tidbit of information, I guess. But I guess it's more realistic. I'm not sure what would be an appropriate speed for seeding, I suppose. I think, 6 kilometers probably what it would be anyways if you're doing it real life. But, man, that would be slow. Like, this is a small field, but could you imagine planting, like, 100 acres like this? That would be a little slow. I suppose nowadays they do have GPS and stuff like that, so it's not terrible, but not everybody has GPS built into their tractor, so Some people will have it and it'll be great. Other people will definitely not have it yet. And then they will have to deal with slow speeds like this. See if we can't do this from inside our tractor here a little bit. It's not too bad. I wish you could kind of like... You know, sometimes with some mods, you could actually kind of like sit higher in the seat, I guess is what it boils down to. And I wish more mods had that ability, because it's really nice when you're able to do that. Because it kind of gives you a bit better view of your tires and whatnot, so... But, I guess I'll have to deal with not having that ability at this particular time, so... Oh well. I've been thinking about what to do with this series and when to stop it and how long I should take it on for. So I think we're actually already on like episode 20 or something like that. So, and the reason why I've been considering about that is because they're 50-minute episodes and I didn't really set any particular goals for this particular map. So I was trying to figure out, okay, well, where do you consider, you know, what's the stopping point is what it kind of boils down to. Do you stop when you're just ready to stop, or do you want to try and meet some goals? It's a little late to mention about goals, but in this circumstance, I crossed my mind the other day. I was like, you know what, I don't think we actually set any particular goals other than go for some animals, which we have done so far. One of the things I was talking with some guys about earlier today was about doing a little bit of live streaming. I don't know whether you guys are into that or not, or if you'd be interested in watching some live streams. If you are, let me know. That'll give me a good indication as to whether I should, you know, move ahead and actually do some live streams or not. Because, you know, if I don't know if you guys want to, if I don't know if you guys want to see some live streams, then I probably won't do them. But if you told me, then I could at least, you know, take action to actually try and do some of them. Now, funny enough, I've actually never done a live stream before, so that would be a little interesting for me to do that, because I'm not sure how to do it, actually. Well, not necessarily. I have done a live stream before. I think it was a little bit of a test, but it was with a different piece of software. I think I was using XSplit when I tried it out. It was like a free demo of XSplit, and it worked fairly well, but the software I have now actually does have a live stream capability, but I believe it is a paid service. It's not, you can't get it for free, so. It originally came with a free trial, but I just never used it at that time. So now I'm kind of kicking myself in the foot saying, hey, I probably should have tried that out to see what it's like. It's not particularly expensive, it's just the fact that I had a free trial and never used it. That's what's kind of bothered me, and that's this scenario at least. But anyways. So like I said, if you are interested and you'd like to see some live streams, let me know. One thing I was tossing around with some of the guys was about maybe having one series where I only do it live streams, and then one series where I do it on YouTube. That was one of the possibilities. To have like two series still, but have like one that I only did live streams with, and the other one that I only did YouTube with. That was kind of the thing I was thinking about. That could be an interesting way. Originally, the thought was to you know, do live streams between recording sessions, but then someone pointed out in their wisdom that if I were to do that, you would see what was going to happen in the actual series itself. So probably put a kibosh on that one, that's for sure. So ah well. This tractor does look really cool though. I do like the way it looks. Now it's a totally random switch of thought, but now that I just zoomed out and went out of the cab view, it's a nice looking tractor, but as some people have mentioned in the comments, the sound it makes is a bit off, maybe. I don't know. I'm not an expert by any means, so people who have left comments mentioning that are much more well versed than I am when it comes to that type of stuff. So yeah. Ah well. All right, let's finish this field off here. It still takes a little bit of time actually to see this field, even though it's just a small field. You'd think it would be, you know, really quick, but it's not. I don't think very many things are really quick in Farming Simulator. Especially when you have the more realistic mod and all this jazz going on, so. As I've mentioned before, I do like the more realistic mod, I just don't... I think when I record I enjoy playing with the more realistic mod, but when I'm not recording it's not fun at all to like finish up the job is what it kind of boils down to. So that's just something I've been considering or thinking about at least as well. So as I've mentioned, I probably won't do another more realistic series just because it's fun, but only half the time I guess is what it boils down to. And if I'm playing a game for any length of time, I prefer to have fun all of the time. But that's just me. But what I might, like I said, what I might do is a live stream series or something like that, and then do a live stream at a particular time every week. Maybe like a once a week thing and not like an everyday thing. Don't think I could do a live stream every single day. I probably don't feel like live streaming every day. That'd be the real problem. There's some days when I just don't want to play Farming Simulator as well. It doesn't happen too often, but I have dropped 1 or 2 hours into this game, so yeah, I have put a couple hours into the game, so sometimes it feels like it gets a bit stale. Not too much, but just a bit. Just enough to go, well, maybe I should play something else for a bit and then come back to Farming Simulator, so. Don't want to record a session when I'm kind of tired or don't feel like playing Farming Simulator, because you can definitely tell that in someone's voice. I know when I listen to some of the playbacks, I'm just like, ooh, I sound tired in that episode, or I sound like I'm not making sense in that episode. It happens sometimes. I understand that. When I get tired, or I've already recorded another series, a couple episodes of another series. Could be anything, basically, so. Alright, let's get this last little corner here. Perfect, look at that. Nice. Let's unfold it. Perfect. So we actually didn't use all of the seed yet. So this is going to be our... Let's just slow her down here. Oof, that's loud. This is going to be our hayfield right here, to start off. We could expand it out into this field right here, but apparently the combine's done, kind of. We may expand it into the other field there. It really just depends on how much hay we actually need. Now, if you recall from previous series, when we did hay with the more realistic mod installed, we got a crazy amount of hay, or straw, or grass, I guess. So that's something to consider. However, I think in that scenario we were making forage, whereas in this particular situation we're not. We're just raking it and collecting it with a forage wagon, so one of the other considerations, at least. Alright, so let's sell this. Perfect. And let's see how much money we get for this. Now remember, the more realistic mod is installed, so that means that we'll get a little bit more money, but we'll see how much more money. Alright. There we go. 18,000, 19, 20, 1, 2. Over 10,000 for that. Does it say? No. That is pretty darn good. 34,000. With that much money we could actually probably get another tractor, but we really don't need another tractor. And of course the reason being is because I can't really hire a worker with this particular setup that we have here. I either A, have to babysit it, or B, do it myself. Courseplay doesn't work very well either. And that's mainly because it's got the more realistic mod installed. If it wasn't installed, it wouldn't be too bad, but with it installed, it's a little painful because it doesn't function as it's supposed to. Alright, so he has the rest of this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the episode there. I'll finish clearing up the rest of this field because apparently our combine missed a couple chunks here. I'll get those, and then we'll proceed on to the next stage. Alright, So that's it for today, folks. My name's Ian Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013, and we're playing on Lomerheim. Catch you guys later.